House, one of the toughest losses you've had?
Yeah, that was a tough one because we prepared for it. I mean, we didn't think that we were going to walk away with here with a loss, and we prepared to win. We did everything to prepare, and that's how you have to face teams. God, I mean, I love Tara to death, and she's a Hall of Fame coach, and they've got an unbelievable team that probably will be going to the Final Four. And I know they were missing one of their best players, but I'd probably disrespect her if I would say, "Oh God, I hope we're close." I mean, she understands the coaching world, and she prepared to beat us, and we prepared to beat them. And you're right there. So it was a good effort. I mean, everything that we did, we prepared for and did well. We just got to hit free throws, and it's not one person. That's been our Achilles heel. We shot 43% as a team. So that's everybody. I remember missing, I think, 2 or 3 free throws in the first half. So everybody remembers the last two, and they shouldn't, because that's not what lost the game. I have a great team, and I have a special group, and we're going to be all right. But that is going to be a tough one tonight.
What did you tell Antisha in the locker room? I mean, she was pretty distraught.
Yeah, same thing. I remember, people remember the last two. They always remember that. But we shot 7 free throws for 16. We were 7 for 16, so she's not the only one. Now, if Tisha was 7 for 16 from the line, it'd be different, but she wasn't. We've got to get better at that. We used to be a really good free throw shooting team, and that's been our Achilles heel pretty much all season long. So, we go back to work. I mean, that's what we have to do. But that effort that we showed the 4 games, not just tonight. I mean, you should have seen them play in Chicago, and they played quality teams. Those efforts are going to really benefit us in the long run. And maybe I was crazy with the schedule, and I probably was, but our team's going to be pretty good. And we're out with one of our best post players, Alexa Chavez. I mean, she didn't play tonight. And yeah, she's shoot around. She had a fever, sent her to the docks, sent her to the hospital. She has a kidney infection, so that's where she's spending the night, unfortunately. And Brian, if you're here, she might miss class tomorrow. But, she's one of our best post players, and we didn't have her. I told them if they give me everything they have, I'll live with the results. That group gave me everything they had, and I'll live with it. They gave me everything they had.
With that being said, how do you use something like this to build off of it?
You learn from this. I mean, we ran our offense well. We got fouled when we needed to. We hit shots when we needed to. I thought our guards grew up today. We struggled from the floor the first 4 games, and we grew up. Our guards grew up today. They hit shots. Bryce, Charisse, Tish. I know there's some more. Bria. They did a nice job. Our posts are good, and they'll go to work. Khadijah, Josie, and Kiana really, really played well, not having that 4th post. But I think our team grew up today, even more so than last week in Chicago. I'm really proud of them. And no one loves moral victories. They don't, but I'm really proud of them. And it's just a special group of young ladies. I love coaching them. And tomorrow, we'll get back out. I won't do too much tomorrow at practice. We'll watch some film, but I really love these guys. And I don't know how to describe it, but it's a special group.
How good was it to see Charisse, really attacking at certain points and just being aggressive?
Charisse is going to be good, and she's growing up before our eyes. And Tisha and Bryce are really helping her along the way, and so is Bria. So it's great to have that camaraderie because they don't leave her on an island by herself. So if she makes a mistake, it's easy for a freshman to and they just all go touch each other. Hey, nice job. It's all right. We're okay. Got to stay positive, and that's what our kids do. This group is just different. I told them you're strong when you do this. You really are. And I thought, it takes some to just be one. Chicago, we were kind of the claw. We were kind of this. But we're getting there. I thought today we really grew and became one, and I think now we can just build on that and continue to grow. But I really thought they did a nice job.
It's only one shot, but how big did you think the banked-in 3 at the end of the first half was?
Those are just, I know, and you look back at it, but I mean, again, you had a freshman, Linnea, at the point guard. She was supposed to pick up the ball in the half court. She's grown up before our eyes. But, if they're going to bank a three from 40 feet, I mean, so be it. There's not much, there. That's nobody's fault.
Coach, you got down big at start of both halves and fought right back into it. What turned you guys around in each of the halves?
We just had to withstand their run. I mean, Stanford's pretty good, if you guys saw. And they made a run first part of the game. So I called 2 quick timeouts and just had to calm down. And we did that, calmed everybody down. And then Bryce, went to work with her team. She did a nice job managing the game, really nice job. Second half, same thing. I didn't want to call a quick timeout because I only had 3. But, we called one and we were able to, withstand their run. We got down 12 in the second half, and then we fought back. And we made some stops when we had to.
Coach, you were really thin down low in the post, but Kiana Keller seemed a lot more aggressive down low. Would you say that?
There's no question, and great observation. Kiana grew up, and I think she was a little bit hesitant the first 4 games because you saw how good she was before she got injured last year as a freshman. Then she was a little hesitant with that knee, and I know she was, and she just forgot everything. I mean, bodies were flying all over the place. I thought I saw Bryce and Khadijah just fly past me like a tornado. Wasn't sure what was happening, but like I said, everybody gave everything they had, and that's all I asked for. They are just a terrific group, and Kiana grew up, and I think now that knee is going to be an afterthought, and she's just going to go out and play.
Anything else, Coach? Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Questions for Bryce? Can you just give us kind of your perspective on that game real quick?
It's a heartbreaker. Definitely a heartbreaker. It was a very good game, I'm not going to lie. Our team did great. We did some really great things. We started off the game strong, we finished the game strong, and that's all we can ask for at the end of the day.
Games like these that are close down the stretch, what does it take to get over that hump? And I'm sure free throws being a part of that, but what does it take to get over that hump and win some of these tight ones?
I think it's just a learning process. We can't dwell on it for too long, and what it takes to get over is just moving on to the next day, next practice, getting ready for the next game, which is our Thanksgiving tournament. So we learn from this game, move on, learn some good lessons, and get ready for the next game.
Bryce, you took some huge shots down the stretch. Did you kind of feel the momentum was just shifting maybe a little bit?
Yeah, definitely, which is why I took them. I mean, there was 1-3 where I was wide open, and I was like, if I don't shoot this, coach is going to take me out. So I shot it, and thankfully it went in, got us within 2, and there were some shots I just kind of hesitated on. Maybe they didn't go in, but the shots I took, I'm not regretful or anything of them.
I mean, obviously in both halves they kind of got a quick run on you guys, but especially in the first half, it just sort of seemed like you guys were able to settle down and feel like, what we can play with these guys. Could you kind of sense that, especially with some of the younger kids?
Yeah, definitely. I think once we got through our first couple medias, we settled down, and we were able to talk to our younger teammates and just get them to calm down. And when they did calm down, they played great, and that transferred over into the second half. Even though they did get on a run, we were able to come back and give them a good fight.
Anything else for Bryce?
Thank you.
Questions for Khadijah? First, let's hear about that 3.
Actually, right before the game, when we were warming up, Coach pulled me to the side and said, "I'm feeling it today." And she was like, "I'll give you the okay to shoot 1-3." And I came off, and I was like, "This is my opportunity, so I'm going to take it." And luckily, it went in.
I guess the one stat that kind of jumps out at the end of the game is the rebounds. So they were so big. Just talk about playing them inside.
Rebounding, it was definitely different because a lot of the teams we've gone against, they didn't have as many taller players than myself. So to have four girls on the team who were all taller than me trying to box them out, and also with our guards too, that was a bit of a struggle. And they didn't call much of the over the back. So I think that rebounding is definitely something that we're going to have to look into fixing for our next few games, especially going into this tournament.
You guys are already, incredibly thin at the post position. You guys did well down there. Give me your reactions of your guys' post play.
Going into this game, I was a little worried, being down to 4 posts, but I think that we stayed strong and we kept it together, and we didn't get tired. So that was a definite plus, because that's something we set as a goal as a team to work on, which was being more in shape than any team that we go against. So the fact that none of us got tired and we were able to just keep going definitely helped with the sub-rotation of only 4 posts.
How does this team turn the page and just kind of move past this?
This one is definitely a heartbreaker for us, especially because coming in as pretty much an unranked team against Stanford and having it so close and seep between our fingers is going to be really hard for us. But we've already talked about it, and I feel like, give us till tomorrow and we're on to the next game.
Anything else for Khadijah?
Thank you, guys.
Reminder, guys, tomorrow 3:30, back here for a press conference for the holiday tournament. Thanks, guys.